Mawini kinfolk. I'm that guy JEM, and over here we're always real-time rendering and keeping it notorious. Consider hitting them like and subscribe buttons because we get up as much content as we can, always about stretching your limits in post-production and VFX for independent film and broadcast and helping you to produce your next life. Today I want to talk about DCPs, digital cinema packages, and the top 5 things you need to do to ensure that your film plays the way you want it to at the theater. Every festival season, my company, MadWorks, creates hundreds of DCPs for filmmakers and film festivals, including today's sponsor, GCUFF, the Greater Cleveland Urban Film Festival. For over a decade, they provided a premier platform for some great talent, along with attracting Hollywood's best. And it's been a great honor to support them since the beginning, including in 2018, where we churned out close to 80 DCPs in 10 days for their annual September festival. So without delay, let's get into the 5 things you need to do to ensure your DCP will play at a festival like GCUFF. Number 0, okay? Yeah, number 0, because this is important. Read the submission instructions. Many festivals, especially those screening films in national chain venues, are demanding DCPs as the delivery format. Make sure you know the rules. I don't know why I gotta say that, but believe me, I gotta say it. Make sure you know the submission rules. Okay, now on to the top 5. Number 1, make your shooting frame rate DCP friendly. Okay, I'd say the biggest problem we run into every season are films that were shot at 29:9:7, 30, even 48 frames per second, and then delivered to the festival to project at a theater that can only show DCPs at 24 frames per second. Yes, DCPs can be made at 30, 40, and 60 frames per second, provided the theater's projector supports it. Older projectors don't always support the additional frame rates. Don't assume that they do. Now, to be clear, this means making that decision in pre-production. If you are going to do a festival run, shoot your film in a frame rate like 23:9:7 or 24 or even 25. This will ensure that your film renders exactly the way you want it to. Otherwise, you'll be subject to pull on or pull up and everything that goes with that, including changes to how your audio sounds. Number 2, if your film is primarily going to go to a festival over the course of a year or 2, shoot in 2K or 4K, edit to that format, and then do a second edit to HD for broadcast. Be sure to protect your HD frame in the camera as you shoot. This helps you to produce a full 2K or 4K DCI compliant DCP instead of using flat, which is what you use if you're rendering from a HD or UHD format. And this especially holds true if you're planning on finishing in scope. If your camera can do it, take advantage of it. Your audience will enjoy it and you'll never see those horrible black bars on the side of your film. While the first 2 are pre-production producer's notes, the third one is for the finisher. Know your types. 2K and 4K DCI are for projects made at 2048 or 4096 pixel width. 2K and 4K DCI scope are for the scope projects like 2048 by 858. And finally, 2K 4K flat, which is a type most often chosen by indie filmmakers. It's 1998 by 1080. This is the type you need to choose if your project is 1920 by 1080. Let's be clear, shooting old or odd formats like 1440 by 960 means you will need to scale or load your project into a 1080 sequence in order for the DCP to render right. Got that? Good. This brings us to number 4. The target maximum bit rate for 2K is 125 megabits per second. There's no need to do a 200 megabit 2K film, and you certainly do not need to dip down lower to that. Even if your film is a short, lower than 125, no good. Higher than 125, that's just overkill. Now, if your film is 4K or 3D, then 200 megabits is the way to go. Number 5. Lastly, please fill out the entire composition name wrapper. The DCP server needs this info to understand the specs of your film. Very important. Well, there you have it. 5 things that should put you on the road to making a well-received DCP. I want to thank our sponsor, GCUFF, the Greater Cleveland Urban Film Festival, and you can check them out at the link below. Be sure to put them on your festival list. Now make sure you tighten that like and subscribe button or ring that notification bell to get the very best in VFX, finishing, and post-production info to help you live your best life right here. Until next time, this is your guy, JEM. Deuces.